Hey, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. We here to wrap it up, y'all. We here to wrap up the Real Housewives of Potomac. This is the reunion part 3. It's 90 minutes long, and I'm sorry, I don't care about Robin and her shit. Did I watch it? I did. It was nothing. It was a bunch of nothing. Robin makes my head hurt. Like, honestly, she taught. We gonna get there. We gonna get there. Yeah, so let's get to it. All right, y'all. So we start off with Jacqueline and Mia. They're continuing their argument where Jacqueline's like, "You were never the CEO. It was Gordon." She's like, "Lies." No, 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 not lies. She has receipts. So she pulls out, Jacqueline pulls out some text messages and Mia pulls out a bedazzled box. And Andy is really, he's like, ooh, shiny. He's like, a bedazzled box. She's like, yeah, Pandora's box. Let's bring it out. So she pulls out some papers, and Jacqueline talks about how, Mia, you said that you were with my mom on Mother's Day. You were not. And I guess she had a text message where, that girl went right back. As soon as Mia was like, oh, I was with your mom, she went right up to the room, because weren't they out of town at that time? She went right up to the room like, Mama, was she with you on Mother's Day? So apparently she had a text message, and Mia's like, I didn't, no, I wasn't with her, but I was on the phone with her for about an hour. And they were all like, oh, okay. Yeah, FaceTime. Yeah, Mia lied. Okay. And it's so crazy how we're so used to Mia lying that it doesn't even faze us anymore. We're just like, oh, okay, it's another Mia situation. Yeah. All right, Jacqueline says that when they were out of town, G kept calling, asking if where's Mia? Is she with a man or whatever? Because he couldn't get in contact with her, and apparently they were at some wedding or something. And I told y'all during the season when Mia was the guy was kind of flirting with her. No, he really didn't flirt. The little chef or whatever. I think it was more so them kind of being a little flirty, a little bit. And yeah, I mean, I just feel like, yeah, Mia cheats for sure. I can't say for sure. Let's say allegedly, because I don't want to be getting in trouble. But it seemed like the way that they were talking, her and Jacqueline, in that line or whatever, Mia cheats. I don't know. So she said, while she's talking about, you're telling me to close my legs to married men, your man don't even know where you are. Okay, Jacqueline. Okay. I mean, she came in, she was ready to play. And y'all know how Mia is. Mia don't get really razzled or frazzled about anything. She just lie. Like, she not finna sit up and argue and get all hype or whatever. She's just gonna pull something out of her ass. There it is. Okay, so we find out that Mia and Jacqueline never slept together or whatever. They've never been sexual. Mia says she's, takes showers with a bunch of her friends. Not Ashley. Candace makes a face, and I second that face. Like, ugh. We also find out that Jacqueline says she never slept with G, never slept with him. And the whole close your legs to married men thing, she's not sleeping with a married man now. She didn't say now, but that's what I got out of it. So, Andy asked Mia why did she pretty much come at her in such a harsh way. And she said it was a response because when Jacqueline said you need to get more dick, she knows that G had prostate cancer and it does something to his performance. And like, she's giving it up. And I'm like, Mia, nobody knew that shit. You're giving it up right now. Like, you're the one telling everybody that he has ED or whatever. She didn't say that. I mean, in so many words, she kind of did. She said it, impacts his performance. She's the only one that knows. And I'm like, she's so dumb. She don't even realize what she's doing. Nobody gathered that from what what's her name? Jacqueline said. Nobody came up with that. Y'all, Jacqueline starts going in. So Mia puts her little box away. She tells us absolutely nothing oh no, she does. She said, you better stop before I print, show the text message that I have of you saying I gotta stop sleeping with married men because I'm in love with a married man. And I'm like, who texts like that? Like, even to my best friend, I'm not gonna be like, oh my God, girl, I gotta stop sleeping with married men because I'm in love with a married man and this married man is just really plain. Like, who's gonna keep saying married man? I don't know, Mia. But Jacqueline is just like, you need to stop because you're sending around text message. I guess she sent a group text talking about instead of worrying about her, Jacqueline needs to worry about her food stamp card and being in foreclosure. Jacqueline says, I'm sorry, my house is not in foreclosure. I still have a home. You don't. And then, of course, Giselle, this is wrong. This is wrong. No, it's not wrong. She is putting her all the way in her place. And listen, I don't want to go through each and everything that they say, but what we find out is no, they never slept together. G never slept with Jacqueline or whatever. Apparently, Mia wanted to run with that as like a storyline. So they never confirmed nor denied. And she also wanted to bring her on. What Jacqueline thought was to what I said the whole time. She wanted to, belittle Jacqueline and make it seem like she's very needy. And even on the stage, Mia's like, I can't be the friend that you need me to be. I can't be the friend. And I'm just like, Mia, she is doing way too much. So I was fine with the fact that Jacqueline was gathering the shit out of Mia and pretty much telling the truth, I'm sure. All right, we also find out that they did not give her money for the Porsche. It was a storyline. Once they saw that it could go somewhere, they once again never confirmed or denied or whatever. So G did not give her money for the Porsche, and according to Jacqueline, they have never given her money at all. And Mia said that she asked Gordon before, so I don't know if he did or didn't, but yeah, they and this is why in that scene, remember I kept saying Gordon is just like, I ain't playing. I'm not doing this. Like when she was like, "Oh, she gave you the down payment for the Porsche. G gave you the down payment and she's like, "Cuz you love me." And he's like, "I love Mia." And I really was just like, G is not playing this game that they're playing. Like he don't know what the fuck is going on. He don't know what they done came up with, what they concocted. He just know that there's cameras rolling. So let me just say a little bit of nothing. And that's exactly what he did. And so I wasn't mad at G in that scene. And it all makes sense. They were like, we knew that they were lying. All of it was a storyline, which is why when they were being asked questions, they didn't even get their story together. They were just kind of winging that shit. Like they're so stupid. All right, so we're done with Jacqueline. That's it. We find out that, once again, they never gave money and all that. Apparently, G was the one who inspired her to get an EIN and start her own business. Okay, beautiful. But that's not giving her anything. Like, I mean, that was nice. A lot of people could suggest go ahead and get an EIN. Like, he gave her a business tip. That was great, great. But yeah, they apparently will never be able to mend their friendship, sisterhood, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully, I feel like maybe they will. I feel like if Mia comes back next season, definitely bring Jacqueline back. Like, definitely bring her back. Just to fuck with Mia. Now enter boring as Charisse. And you know what she looked like? Boring. She looks boring. Oh my God. Y'all, we did a flashback of her at one of the other reunions talking about Karen being the Grand Dame, and she looked so much better. Like, and I mean, she was a little thinner. That has nothing to do with it for me. Like, just her clothes and everything. What the fuck? Like, what does she have on? What is her hair doing? Why does she have to look so old? Like, everything that she's doing is dating the shit out of her. Like, I don't know how old she is, but I just feel like it's only been a few years and now she's dressing so matronly. Oh God. I hate everything about Charisse. Y'all already know her voice, her face, her everything just irritates the shit out of me. But then we have Robin telling the whole story of Charisse coming because she's friends with everybody and we all love her. And then she has to go down the line. Ashley loves her. Giselle, we get it. We get it. Robin ain't got shit to talk about. So she got to go down the line naming every goddamn body. Oh my God. So we find out that Andy ends up saying Charisse didn't call to be on the show. They called her and it wasn't to get at Karen. And I'm like, so what'd you call her for? And then you know what's even more pathetic about Charisse is that when she's getting ready, and y'all know how they show in the back room when you're getting ready and you talking to people or whatever, and she's like, yeah, and apparently, some people aren't happy to see me, but that's okay because we vibrate differently. And I'm like, if you know that you guys vibrate differently, why did you spend the first, what, 5, 6 episodes kissing her ass trying to get her to be your friend again? Like, obviously, you care. You have all this bad stuff to say about Karen. However, you literally spent the first half of the season kissing her ass, being like, why don't you want to be my friend? Why don't you want to be my friend? So, Charisse, like, I just don't care about anything that she has to say. And I feel like this whole thing has been beat to death. Hopefully, we don't see Charisse again after the day. I want her out of my life. All right, so I'm definitely not about to go through all this stuff with Charisse and Karen going back and forth about the funeral not the funeral. Let's not talk about the funeral. Don't talk about my mom. I don't want to keep hearing about the funeral. I get it. Sharice coming to her 55th birthday party. If we were so upset, why did you invite me? I didn't want to invite you. Matt invite. Like, who cares? Who cares, honestly? I just want Sharice and her time to be done. So I don't care. All right, y'all. Sorry if my energy is way low for this part of the show because I just don't care. All the allegations about Karen and her being a prostitute and Mia saying something about her sleeping with somebody in Vegas and it's a family member she don't want to name, and Karen is just like, listen, Mia, you gotta stop lying. Which was funny because aren't they friends? Like the back and forth that they were doing, aren't they friends? Ain't Mia your friend? I don't know. But yeah, like I just don't care about Karen with the blue-eyed lover and all that. Let's just get Sharice off the stage. Y'all, that's all I care about is that she go. All right, so now we're talking about the fact that Robin got married and Giselle was a little bothered because she thought she was going to get a phone call saying, just come on down here. And it's so funny because when she said that, Robin was just like, it just felt right. The way I did it just felt right. I was like, I don't know, that was a little shitty. But okay, like, yeah, she barely wanted her mom and dad there because it's a farce. Okay, Giselle, it's a farce. Who cares? No one needs to witness this. Um, we find out, I'm trying to think of what else they said. Oh, the prenup. Like, y'all, I hate to say I don't care about all this stuff, but I don't. Y'all know I don't give a shit about Robin. I don't give a shit about Robin and her life. They did do the prenup. It's 50-50. However, he can't have ownership of her businesses or anything. Okay, great. Like, and then Sharice, y'all, how much is Sharice worth? Because when I watch different reviewers, they talk about how much money she has or whatever. And I'm like, hold on. Didn't she get 50-50 like years and years ago? How much was he worth then? Like, I don't know. I would just love to know how much Sharice's worth that everybody still thinks she has like all this major money coming in. And what does she do? Like, has she invested it? Like, does she still have income coming in? I don't know. Like, none of that is my business, but I want to know. All right, we find out that a viewer asked Karen why she was so obsessed with Robin, and she said I was obsessed because I didn't think it was really gonna happen. And my whole thing is, excuse me, y'all, that's so rude and disrespectful. I'm sorry, I'm tired of shit. But my whole thing is that yeah, I mean, I get why Karen kept doing it. She thought she was lying. Listen, every time I see you, because I don't really fuck with you, I'm going to catch you in this lie every time. I want you to sound stupid every time. And I felt like that's what Karen was doing every time. Let me fuck with you every single time I see you because I think you're lying. And here's the thing. Even though they really did get married, it's a farce. How many times do I have to say it's not for real? It's for play. And who cares? Karen was still ultimately right. Okay. Then we get on Robin and her her $15 family day, and she's like, it was last minute. Was it though? How many days was it that they were at that little or were they at a pole dancing class or whatever when she invited them? And number two, why are you making a huge thing and making it last minute? Like, if you can't really go out and get some stuff and make it nice, then don't do it. You inviting everybody here. Robin is just classless. Ugh, she's so ugh. But then we get to the point of her with Mia and bringing the kids, and Mia's like, don't invite my kids somewhere where I'm not invited. Like, they don't even really fool. They don't know Candace like that. You talking about let her be an auntie. She's not an auntie. They've never been alone with her. Why would I ever send my kids? Oh, I would send my kids. And I'm like, because you're trifling. I was going to say Linda. I don't even know who Linda is. But Robin, trifling ass. I believe she would have sent her kids. She don't care. She didn't even want to wake them up for school during the quarantine. All right, so the men come out. We find out that Chris is doing okay. He said he's doing okay. And I'm like, I wonder if Chris had a cocktail or not. Do y'all think he had a cocktail? Listen, I'm not judging. I like Chris just fine. But he said he's all right. He's coming to set the record straight. It's been 10 months of this bullshit, and he's over it. We start off by talking to Eddie. Eddie looks nice and all his white and baby blue and all that. He looks nice. And they're matching. So I love it. I love it. And she gave him like a compliment as soon as she saw him, like, damn, you look good. He like, oh, look at you. I'm like, that's what I love that. Y'all, I love that. And it seemed very, very sincere. So we talk about Eddie being happy Eddie and all that. We do the flashback of them laughing and everything, talking about how easygoing they are together. And I love the fact that they're easygoing. I love the fact that Eddie is easygoing. Like I said, when she didn't invite the kids or whatever, Eddie said, oh, she was like, fuck them kids. And I was like, not a lot of people can laugh at the fact that their kids was not invited. And, so I'm all for Eddie. And, a viewer said something about, they love the fact that they can get along and just kind of laughed off Sesame Street. And I thought it was hilarious that everybody calls this girl Sesame Street. um, all right, y'all. So Harper wanted to know how Wendy's business ventures are being funded, and Eddie was like, "Yeah, she be in the pockets, Harper." Then we get on to G talking about the scare that Mia had, with the whole medical situation, and you guys, G starts crying, and I felt nothing. I felt nothing. And normally, like, I am an empath. So I kind of feel for people when they start to, like, well up. I felt nothing. And then I thought about it. Am I crazy, or did G do a lot of crying last reunion? Was that G? Who did a lot of crying last reunion? I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking about. Am I thinking about another franchise like Married to Medicine or something? I feel like G cried last reunion. Let me know if I'm right or wrong, y'all. Somebody in the comments, let me know if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, but I just felt like, oh, here we go again with this shit. And, that's not normal. That's not normal. So maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But he said it was, it was like 1B of the toughest time of his life watching his loved one go through that. And they had so many questions and not a lot of answers. And all right, all right. She's fine. I mean, listen, I'm not trying to make light of her situation, but calm down, G. All right, y'all. Now we get to the shits with Giselle and Chris going back and forth. And listen, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt and say that, I was the one that said, let's go to your room. Even when you seen your person not there, you still could have been like, let's not talk inside the room. Let's go out the room. All this back and forth over this just like dumb shit. Like, it's just dumb. So his question was, he said, listen, when you had the scene with Karen and you were telling Karen I need him to apologize for what he did, what did I do? And she's, talking, he's still talking basically. And she's trying to talk over him. And he's like, let me finish. I'll let you finish. I'll let you finish. Yeah, because you've been doing interviews. I haven't had a chance to have a say. It's been 10 months. I've been dealing with this shit. And when he allows her to speak, she's like, you said on camera that you didn't ask to go to the room, or I asked you to go. Like, that was, okay, we've already established that. Move on. And so he's just like, listen, okay, whatever. What did I do to you? You said that I did something that I need to apologize for, and I need to know what I did. And she's like still talking in circles, and he's like, spit it out. He's like, because I've had to, talk to different family members, my job, like all this shit in 10 months, spit it out. What did I do? And she's like, well, we not going to talk if you going to be talking and cursing at me or whatever like that. And she said something about, what did she say? It's a shame, or it's something. And Candace just let loose, like, your gutter snipe bitch ass sitting up lying on my family. And then Giselle's face was like, and then we see Bravo. We see Andy, and Andy was looking like, I'll allow it. I'm gonna allow it. Like, he didn't say, oh, calm down, Candace. No, Candace meant every word of that. All right, so Giselle starts talking, and she just sounds stupid, you guys. Talking about, you knew that Cal was gone. He said you said bye to him. We get a flashback of this guy saying, oh, he said goodbye to me. So the fact that you were uncomfortable was uncomfortable for me. My whole thing is this, you guys. Giselle probably did feel uncomfortable once she realized we're in this room alone with the door closed, talking or whatever. She said something about him having too much to drink, which I wouldn't put that past him as well, because we all know that last season Chris was getting it in. Like, there was not a scene that Chris didn't have a cup in his hand or a glass in his hand, and that's fine if that's what he wanted to do. Like, he was in between jobs. He was, listen, being a manager, whatever. But she's just like, I feel like maybe she did feel uncomfortable, or not even so much uncomfortable, but just like, yo, this is not cool. Like, the optics of this is not gonna look cool if somebody were to come by, or somebody was to come in here and they wouldn't know what's going on, because she very plainly said earlier in the season that he was talking about Candace. Like, she very plainly said that. So he wasn't in there trying to get at her. So I just feel like, yeah, maybe she was uncomfortable with the fact that they were in there alone or whatever, and all she had to do, like he said, was just open the goddamn door. Open the door and say what you got to say or whatever. Like, she just made a mountain out of a molehill, something that could have been, uh, she could have fixed it in no time flat. Like, as soon as you felt uncomfortable, go open the door, go take it outside, whatever it is. But Giselle, like, it definitely was just a storyline for Giselle. Giselle ends up apologizing for calling him a sneaky link and everything. She said, listen, I watched it back and I felt like, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I did too much. Y'all, it's hard to believe Giselle, even though I kind of sincerely feel like she might feel a little bit bad. I don't know. Like, she was letting Candace just eat her up, but it was rightfully so. Like, Candace was very justified. Chris ended up saying he, accepts her apology. Candace said, I don't, I don't accept the apology. So, I mean, hopefully we could just move on from it. Just don't ever, nobody in the world, men, if you are not interested in Giselle, truly, do not be in a room with her alone, ever. And, like, I'm not even kidding. You guys, then we get to the part. Okay, so not Ashley. Candace ends up calling Giselle like a trash ass individual, which she is. That ain't how she said it, but that's when I call people trash. I just be like, "Oh, you a trash ass individual." But that's kind of what she called her. But you guys, and then she goes on this whole thing about her sitting up there with her white looking self, and somebody's just like, "Oh, you went too far. You went too far." You guys, what? Who was talking in the background? And upon watching it a second time, somebody was hollering. It seemed like from the crowd or something, that somebody that was off mic was like doing a whole lot of hollering. I don't know. Am I crazy, or did y'all hear it? Because I'm watching it a second time and I still hear it. And I'm like, okay, let me try to follow the voice or figure out whose voice that is. No, 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 no. I don't feel like it was anybody that was on stage. It seemed like it was somebody that was off stage. Y'all let me know if I'm crazy about it. But we get this whole thing with her saying, her looking white or whatever, and them being like she went too far. Even Wendy was like, listen, I love you, Candace, but do you understand what you just said? She's like, I understand exactly what I just said. I'm not stupid, and I meant it. It is what it is. That's it. And then what's her name, Ashley, like, oh my god, so the talk about colorism, that just didn't have any effect on you, it doesn't apply to you. And I feel like Ashley was trying to say that she was doing like this reverse colorism, but no, she was still trying to make an example of the whole colorism thing, saying because Giselle is light skinned or whatever. She just worded it differently, but she was still trying to do it as an example. So it wasn't like reverse colorism, as Ashley was. She didn't say it, but I feel like that's what she was trying to get at. But you guys, it was just a lot. I'm just all, listen, taken aback by whoever was hollering. I want to know if I was crazy. Do y'all know who that was? Was it Robin's ass? Because Robin always got something to say. Robin is always talking in the background. Y'all tell me who that was. All right, next we talk about the ladies after dark. We want to have a little fun, and the fact that, when they have a few drinks, they all become lesbian. Okay, that's fine. We talk about Wendy and Mia. You guys, Wendy looks so beautiful, and that is a complete and total switch from her first season. Her first season, I did not think Wendy was attractive at all, and I'll tell you why. It was because of her. The makeup was a lot, the hair was terrible, and I mean, it's a difference in terms of, all of that. Like, she looks very beautiful, but they end up saying that they all showed each other their vages or whatever, and Wendy has the a pretty one. Mia says everybody has a pretty one. They're all pretty. Okay, fine. Ray says no more going to Miami because, Andy is like, husbands, what do you guys think of this? And G is all with it. He's like, good times, have ball. Yay, Miami. G don't care. I'm like, G don't care. So then we talk about why Karen doesn't want her boobs to be called titties. And y'all, I don't like the name either. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like that word. She said it's for dogs. You may as well call them udders or whatever. I don't know. I just feel like it's a little raunchy for me. A little raunchy. Let's just call them the girls or something. But yeah. Yeah, we didn't get a part with Andy telling Robin she got, really drunk for her bachelorette party. He's like, we don't see you like that often. And as soon as he said that, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like that day that her and Giselle, like Wendy actually was going off on them when they were out of town, the day that Ashley came and just said her shit real quick and then left because she was still breastfeeding or whatever. Yeah, Robin was toe up and she looked a mess and she looked a hot male fool. Like she looked like a man. The way she was sitting, the way she was acting, it was a mess. And so she's like, what? And then Andy thought back and we get, some flashbacks of her being drunk and like really down in some shots. And he was like, oh yeah, I forgot. No. Robin is a belligerent drunk. Yo, Andy got the nerve to ask what Juan thinks about her being drunk or whatever. Oh, he doesn't watch the show. I'm like, no, he's not participating in any of this shit, including her whole entire life. The only thing he does is be a father to those kids, hopefully, that we can see of. And she's like, oh, he likes it when I come home drunk. I'm like, he's not there. Juan is not there. Juan is out at the hotel paying for somebody else's hotel room. Y'all, when we watch back and listen, I'm not going to go through the whole thing of what they talked about when he had this little interview with Robin because we don't care. We already know she sounds stupid. But when you listen back to it and the fact that she's actually saying this out loud as if she believes it, the whole him just coming to the hotel in pain and that's it. I'm just like, how old are you? She don't believe that shit. Like, how stupid do she think we are? I feel like she's playing with our intelligence. Like, really? Do you really think anybody is buying that crap? And it's so funny because what was it? What's her name? Ebony Williams or something like that. The faces she was making and everything. I'm like, yeah, girl, that's how we all feel. But I'm not even, like I said, I'm not even going to talk about that because Robin was talking in circles and she was hurting my head because Robin is an idiot. She just is. I'm sorry. All right, y'all, we're going to wrap it up. So we talked to Ray about what he feels about the whole season, and he said, listen, it was nasty. This season was a little ugly. It got a little dark. It was a lot going on. Karen normally doesn't really basically play in the mud with them. However, they kind of pushed her there. So I get it, but I'm really disappointed in pretty much all the girls. Okay. Y'all know, like, that means a lot. When somebody older say they disappointed in you, not that they mad or anything like that, but disappointed, you be like, oh, damn. Like, that really hurts. Um, then he asks about, what he thinks about all the affair rumors, and he thinks it's bullshit. It's fine. Then we talk about the picture that Karen says she never saw. Andy said he saw it. However, it was a woman from behind. And listen, if she was someplace at a bar with a man, that's not against the law. That doesn't mean she was sleeping with this man. That doesn't mean anything if she was, and Karen was just like, listen, I've never seen the picture, so I can't tell you yay or nay. But we all know she knew if it was her or not. We just don't care. We just don't care. I feel like we all assume it was Karen. We feel like it was Karen. Am I wrong? Do y'all feel like it was Karen? Because I totally feel like it was Karen. I just don't care. Listen, Ray don't care. I don't care. Then once again, we have Giselle. She got to come in and be like, oh my God, what you said about Juan, there's no proof, no pictures. You got no pictures. Okay, that didn't age well. Again, that just didn't age well. Like, the fact that they want to keep bringing Juan into it like he is a saint, like he has done nothing. And now we find out, I mean, we are pretty much knew it anyway. Robin knew it. Listen, none of this aged well for Robin and Giselle. Then we get into the whole thing of Juan hugging Karen too tight, and Robin trying to just be so. Robin, I'm not. Y'all already know how I feel about Robin, so I'm not gonna go there. But just the drama of the way she worded it. Are you saying that he sexually assaulted you? Are you saying that one? No, that's not what I'm saying. But I am saying he needs to keep his hands to his goddamn self. Like, listen, he was hugging me too tight. It was too much. And Ray said, yeah, because right after it happened, she actually said something to me about it. I told her to let it go, not a huge deal or whatever. But yeah, she felt uncomfortable. She didn't come on TV saying that he did anything to her. But yeah, it was uncomfortable. Y'all, excuse me, I had a boyfriend, and I think I told the story before. I met his friend, and his friend hugged me so freaking tight that I was annoyed that the guy that I was dating or seeing or whatever didn't say something to him. Like, yo, you see me just meeting this guy, and he's like all over me like I'm his ex lover or current, like he was like hugging me so tight for so long that I was like, I really need him to let me go. Like, I was uncomfortable. And I was just like, yo, this guy ain't even gonna say nothing. So we know when we feel uncomfortable. We know when somebody is just doing too much. It just is what it is. But she never said he sexually assaulted her or anything. But no, listen, a hug is a hug. Just do a little church hug and we all good with that. Oh my God, 30 minutes later, it's finally over. It's over. We dismiss the men. We say thank you to the ladies. And he brings out a boombox doing Candace's song. If you got a problem, come see me about a cute little song. I did notice that Giselle was trying very hard not to dance. She probably can't really dance, but she was trying not to really groove off of Candace's song. Okay, we get it. Then we get into the whole thing with Robin, which we've already talked about, not getting into it. So that's it. That's it. That's all. You guys, I am gonna do the escape and SWV thing. However, I'm not gonna do it tonight, which is Monday night. I'm gonna do it tomorrow when I get off work. Because I fell asleep on it. I'm not gonna lie. I just felt like it was a lot going on, and I don't know. I don't know. It was a lot going on, and I definitely felt like what's that girl? The escape girls, the Tasha and her sister and the mom. I just remember the mom being so extra that I was like, I don't know. I don't know if this real? Is this like what's happening here? So I just don't even have the emotional bandwidth today to finish and talk about them because I'm gonna have to do it tomorrow. I'm sorry. Get somebody else to do it today. Even though a lot of people are like they're doing the reviews today. So check back with me tomorrow, y'all. Tomorrow after work, I will talk about them. All right, if you are still here, you are the real MVP. Thank you very much. You guys, I am trying to get to ultimately 1,000, of course, but baby steps is 500. So if you could go ahead and subscribe if you have not already, it is absolutely free. Please thumbs up the video. It does wonders for my analytics and I would greatly appreciate it. All right, see you guys in the next video. Smooches.